knowledge is power. Or, as Julius Caesar put it, veni, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I knew. This is why the wiki exists over at foxhole.wiki.gg, so you can look up all the information you'd like about the game and its systems. If we want to know more about how to control our player character, we can go to the player page. Here, we can find out how to move our character around, how to use and equip inventory items, and how to interact with the rest of the world. It also provides a short summary of how the health system works, and if we want clarification on that, we can always go to the health page itself and get an in-depth look at how the health, healing, and respawn system works. If we, for instance, want to know the difference between the different rifles, we can navigate to the weapons page. Under firearms, select the faction we want to see the rifles of, and then sort the table by type. This puts all the rifles neatly underneath each other, and we can compare the stats for each of them. This way, we can see, for example, that the Blake Row is the fastest firing semi-automatic Warden rifle, and that the Lowcaster has the longest maximum range. If we want to know, however, what rifles are available in-game, we can simply type a rifle in the search bar and click on the rifle search result. This will bring us to the rifle page where we can see all the rifles that exist in the game. If we want to know more about a specific one, simply click on its icon and that will bring us to the specific weapons page, which contains not only the raw numbers for the rifle, but may also include a paragraph outlining often used tactics with this specific weapon, some trivia about the weapon, and a gallery with concept art and images. To learn more about the different ammunition types, we can take a look at the ammunition page where we can see how much damage and the damage type each sort of ammunition deals, their explosion radii, and the amount that is produced per crate. If we want to know more about the damage types themselves, we can simply click the icon indicating the damage type, which will bring us to the damage type page where we can see a breakdown of their effects on different structures, vehicles, and characters. If we go to the vehicles page, we see that this one is divided into quite a lot of different sections. Where the general information, as the name suggests, contains general information applicable to almost all vehicles, is divided into different subjects like controls, damage, and repair and weather effects. The list of vehicles is divided nicely into land-based, water-based, and rail-based vehicles, with a separate category for relic and mech vehicles under special events. Each category here has its own subcategory, which is, like with the weapons, divided between the factions. Going to a specific vehicle, the hatchet in this case, we can see on the left side that here too is the general information, but this time specified to the vehicle itself. Split between crew information, inventory and armament, engine and mobility, including stats like fuel tank size, consumption rate and maximum speed, and health and armor. Under production, we find where and with what we can produce this vehicle. Storage and transport speak for itself. Under tactics, some often used tactics are described, and under trivia we find, well, some trivia. In the right panel, we find some additional information, among which the resistance type with a breakdown of how much damage reduction it provides against the different damage types, the armor type with the total health pool of the vehicle, and the armor penetration chances, the disable chance for the subsystems, and the cost to repair it from a 0% back to 100% health. The structures page 2 is separated into different sections containing general information applicable to most structures and a list of structures broken down by type. The table shows, besides the names, things like construction and repair cost, health points, and resistances the structure has to different damage types. Some base structures have a different construction and repair cost depending on size, as indicated by the S, small, M, medium, and L, large designation. To see which model is regarded which size, we can simply go to their own page and scroll all the way down to see the different variants. This structure page will also show you extra information, like in this case, the way that the base upgrades work and an estimation on how long it takes to unlock those. The production page, as the name suggests, provides information on production as a whole with a great flowchart showing where everything comes from and where it leads, and points us to the relevant pages for material gathering and item production. The construction page not only explains how and with what to build, but also takes a deeper dive into upgrading, destroying, dismantling, and demolishing different structures. The Shippables page explains the size differences between the different packaged shippables and how this affects their transport. And to complement that, also provides a breakdown of which vehicles can ship what size of shippable. The facilities page provides a pretty comprehensive explanation of all the mechanics involved in the facility build and production gameplay loop. This includes things like an explanation of the liquid flow mechanics, the power mechanics, and an overview of all facility buildings separated into their own categories. The utility page provides a breakdown of all items associated with that category. The medical page acts like a hub page where you can find all items associated with the health and healing systems in Foxhole, but also links to in-depth looks at those systems, like for instance on the health system itself or field hospitals. The resources page gives a breakdown of all resources and materials by category. The uniforms page has a list of all available uniforms and a gallery showing them all off. The lore page also acts as a big hub page. From here, you can go to the characters page, where you can find a list of people mentioned in the lore and what we know about them. To the history page, which gives a breakdown of the world history that we know of in the Foxhole universe. The factions page, giving an overview of the 2 playable factions. The geography page, giving a list of geographical locations that are mentioned in lore and what we know about them. The organizations page, which has a rundown of the different organizations that exist in universe, divided by faction affiliation. The landmarks page with a list of notable landmarks inside the actual game world. The lore references page with a list of all the lore pieces and where they can be found. And finally, the lore secrets page, which contains spoilers for one little puzzle trip and a large puzzle tour through the worlds of Foxhole. The real value of the wiki, though, does not necessarily lie in these top-level pages. The guides page, for instance, will give you a large list of guides on a wide variety of subjects. From medic and aiming guides to a guide on how to use the API, that is providing information on the war, and the slang page with often used terms and their meaning. It will also give a list of pages explaining different game mechanics. Ones that stand out and can be extremely helpful are damage resistance, a breakdown of how and how much damage resistance is applied to infantry, vehicles, and structures, all broken down into their specific categories. Cover and suppression, a page going in depth on the effects of the cover and suppression system. Structure health, a page containing a table showing how many of each type of explosive it takes to destroy a structure. Here we can see, for instance, that in order to destroy a small tier 1 town base, we will need 77 HE grenades or 18 alligator charges. And to destroy a small train bridge, we need 33 30mm shells or 25 RPGs. Some caveats to the numbers provided can be found below the table. Vehicle health, same as the structure health page, but a breakdown for vehicles. Tank armor, a page breaking down how tank armor works and the factors that determine the effectiveness of shots taken at it. Weapon accuracy, a page detailing how weapon accuracy works in Foxhole and which circumstances influence it. It also contains a table with all stability data for all weapons. All the information that can be found on the wiki is due to a bunch of incredible volunteers putting hours of their time into writing and maintaining the wiki. You too can help out in a small way by reporting inaccuracies, or, in a big way, by becoming a contributor yourself and writing articles or testing or confirming things in-game. There are also ongoing efforts to translate the wiki into other languages, to extend the reach of the wiki to those parts of the community as well. For those that are interested in that, there is a dedicated Discord server for the Foxhole Wiki. Link in the description. Last but not least, a massive thank you to all the volunteers that keep up the wiki. You guys are incredible.